What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cup Check. I'm here with my host, Dawson Taylor, and myself, Trent Moore. Some exciting news in baseball this week. Juan Soto looks to be on the move, ideally to the St. Louis Cardinals, as Cardinals fans hope. The Nationals have been a wild organization for the last week, in the whirlwind of the media. But before we get into it, go ahead and take a look and ideally follow our handles below. Our TikTok has been fantastic, had some great views thanks to Dawson's amazing editing skills, and our Instagram is also doing quite well as well.
Yeah, if you like baseball video edits, be sure to check out the TikTok. It's doing pretty well. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers over there or followers, we'll be able to actually go live on some of these episodes on TikTok. So definitely try and help us get to that goal. But yeah, if you like baseball edits, cool clips of the show, be sure to follow. And back to our Juan Soto episode.
Yeah, so back to my favorite player in baseball. Juan Soto recently rejected a 15-year, $440 million extension offer from the Washington Nationals. In return, the Nationals did not charter him a plane to the All-Star break. Tragic as that may be, it's been a very rough time for them in the media, but they are looking to move Juan Soto and ideally a big contract, namely Patrick Corbin, to another team to ideally sell the Washington Nationals eventually. So
yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked it's not the Steven Strasburg contract they're trying to get rid of. I mean, honestly, if they could get rid of both, that'd probably be ideal for them. But that's a lot of wasted money at the current junction.
Tough to do when he's out for the year. But for a competing team, Patrick Corbin has one of the biggest FIP and ERA differentials, which means if he goes to any team that's not a bottom two team in defense, the Cardinals, it's very likely he goes back to a league average pitcher. So it's very interesting. Now, back to the amazing topic of Juan Soto, a generational talent, being traded. I have a very astute observation that I'd like to get into. I'm going to go ahead and put on my captain hat in honor of Zach's favorite player, Derek Jeter, who has now had a ESPN show. It's been fantastic to watch. I'm going to make a captain call. Juan Soto is a St. Louis Cardinal before the August 2nd trade.
Let's go.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, we have Trent on the show because he just weirdly has these insights every now and then. I'm not saying what he says is law, but at the same time, this man picks up fantasy prospects like 3 hours before it's even announced they're called to the league. So if anybody's going to have some insight, maybe it's Trent. So let's hear him out.
So more than insight, I have a mock trade that I'd like to put on this podcast before anything happens. And there is some leeway with it, but we'll just go ahead and give it a shot. Before I get into it, I'm going to throw the names up there on the board, and you can do this. Juan Soto, Patrick Corbin, and $10 million deferred going to St. Louis. The Washington Nationals get Dylan Carlson, Mason Wynn, the number 4 prospect, Matthew Liberatore, the number 2 prospect, one of Michael McGreevy or Tink Hence, who's the number 7 and number 9 respectively, Luken Baker, great first base prospect, no vertical movement in the Cardinals, and Paul DeJong and his $9 million contract in 23. Now, I have reasons for this. The Nationals said they'd take an abundance of players. The Nationals said they want both major league and young talent. Just, they want a skew of a lot of players to just reboot their system. The Cardinals recently signed Errol Robinson, a minor league organizational depth player. He's a shortstop. They assigned him to Double-A. Now, why would they do that? Who else plays shortstop for the Double-A Springfield Cardinals?
Mason Wynn.
Bingo. They also drafted their first 4 rounds, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but at least I know their first overall pick. But their first 4 rounds, they drafted college left-handed pitchers, highly touted college left-hand pitchers. Why would they do that?
Because Liberatore is getting traded.
Oh, more than anything, I love Wainwright to death, but he had a terrible outing today. The Cardinals need pitching. So they're the one team that has showed any interest in taking on Corbin's contract. Now, my inside sources can suggest there has been a lot of dialogue between the two teams. I am of the opinion that he is a St. Louis Cardinal before the August 2nd deadline. And the only holdup that we've seen is, will it be Jordan Walker or will it be Dylan
I
Carlson?
mean, if you're the Nationals, you got to want Jordan Walker over Carlson by a pretty large amount.
It's going to cost money. So
It's true.
I just wanted to throw this out there with my captain call. I really do think this is a real possibility, and I would put it at a 80% chance of happening.
Yeah, I mean, that'd just be phenomenal, especially for Cardinals fans, if we can pull this off without giving up Jordan Walker, because just somehow thinking about a team, if we somehow keep Soto on the team and then Jordan Walker hits his full stride and we still have him, I mean, that's gonna keep us relevant for the next 10 years after Goldie and Arenado have kind of faded off into just a beautiful end to two beautiful careers. So Cardinals staying relevant would be ideal, especially with them having the best young hitter in the game.
Yeah. And so now I will say, just so for our Cup Check fans out there, take this off so it doesn't qualify as a captain call. I do believe that if he doesn't wind up a St. Louis Cardinal, it will either be, I'm going to say, I said 80%. We'll just say it back to normal. I'm going to say it's a 40% chance he's a Yankee. It's a 30% chance he's a Padre, and it's a 30% chance he doesn't get traded. If he's not a Cardinal, which I think that's.
Yeah, I'm kind of guessing the Nationals might kind of err on the side of caution and just wait till next year, kind of play it out. I mean, they don't have to trade him, which is the crazy thing right now.
But if you can get him for 3 playoff runs as a contending team,
true.
Soto, you get Juan Soto from his age 23 to 26 season. That's the prime years, man. That's what you pay for in baseball.
And I've seen a lot of chatter about the Giants trying to get him, but like when I look at the Giants like prospects, especially this year with who's that outfielder?
They'd have to include Kyle Harrison, and they don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that outfielder's name right now. He's kind of Matos has kind of been a bust so far this year, and Luciano, despite having all the talent in the world, hasn't really put it all together yet. So I got to think that there are better prospect packages out there, especially with the Mets. I mean,
I really don't think the Mets are a suitor anymore. I know they would include Alvarez, and I don't think the Nationals want to trade him within the division.
Yeah, I mean, they also have Kyber Ruiz. I think that's his name.
Yeah,
the catcher for Washington. I mean, that's a young, good catcher they have already. So I feel like, I don't know, the Mets don't seem like the likely option to me, but definitely a team that I would think would at least try. But you're telling me, as a Cardinal fan, that we are going to be able to pull this off without giving up Walker or Gorman or Donovan or Yepez? Because to me, I would think that.
Let me stop you right there. I love Donovan, and I most certainly love Yepez. They're not in the same realm as Gorman or Walker. Now, if the Cardinals can pull off a trade for Juan Soto without giving up Jordan Walker, which is what I think they can do, in my opinion, it's the heist of the century. I mean, it's amazing.
I would agree, but you don't even think we're gonna have to go with Gorman, because in your mock trade earlier it didn't include Gorman.
I have a source that says the Nationals value Dylan Carlson very highly, and I can see why. I think here's my other opinion: if Carlson goes to the Washington Nationals, he's a buy in all formats for me. I think he's going to take off with another team. Now, I assumed he would be taking off for the Cleveland Indians, because John Mozeliak of the Cardinals has always favored summer trades with the Indians, and I saw, Dylan Carlson being a headliner going for Shane Bieber. But, I think that Carlson is going to do phenomenal for another team. I don't think he's going to be that guy.
So the next big question that this raises, all right, do the Cardinals sign Soto to an extension after they trade him? Are we able to sign Soto?
Can we? Yes. Will we try? Yes. Will Soto take an offer for anything less than starts with a 5? No.
Okay, so that's another thing I've been wondering. Do you think Soto actually wants $500 million, like
Yes.
100%, or is he just doing that to the Nationals
No.
because he wants to win? Because he said he wants to win, apparently. So
He wants 500 million, at least from right now, if it's an extension. Now, this could change if he's, 26. But the thing is, I do think with the stagflation going on, it's you'd be surprised at what in 10 years from now, a $500 million contract looks like. It'll look a lot more like Stanton's 325 million over 13. It's not overly bad annual value wise, but I think Boris above all people wants to test the waters with Soto, because we haven't seen in this day and age since Alex Rodriguez, we haven't seen a guy as young and as talented as Juan Soto hit the free agent market.
yeah,
So,
especially this early.
especially with players such as the Yankees and the Cardinals coming into play in his prime years.
That's true. It is a very exciting time to be a Cardinal fan right now. Our expert over here, Trent, really believes we have a shot. So all y'all out there, keep the faith high and, just keep blowing up John Mozeliak on Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media he has. Let him know we want Soto. All right. Thank you all for tuning in today's episode. Make sure to check out the TikTok where I'll probably do some cool graphic with the trade Trent believes will happen. So yeah, stay on the lookout for that. And thank you all for watching our little Soto episode. Sailing on.